Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Thanks for having me on this official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. Please don't kick me off because I'm playing a really mean deck. When you guys think of dragons, you probably think of big Timmy monsters that come crashing in on the opponent. Glory Bringer, Goldspan Dragon, Shivan Dragon, you know, all of the TARKIR. There's so many great ones from over the years. Well, what if we were just gonna use those dragons as spells in a control deck and not actually cast the dragon part? And then when we did, it was just kind of an okay statted, flying, limited statted monster, and it still beat the opponent to death because they were so helpless against our pile of value. Well, that's how I do dragons, because in the latest set, TARKIR DRAGONSTORM, we have dragons that do all kinds of spell things. So yes, it's an up the beanstalk deck. In fact, look at this curve. Behold this curve. We have 25 cost cards. So how could it not be an up the beanstalk deck? And then we add to it the overlords, who do so much work out of Duskmourn, the overlord of the Balemark, the overlord of the Hauntwoods. Those of course are great with up the beanstalk every single time. It's a ton of value because you cast them for the impending cost and you get the card draw and you get the enters ability. It's so good. But now the dragons join the fray, specifically the Omen dragons. My fave, Scavenger Regent. This is an Omen that is a board wipe. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn with Exude Toxin. So you ramp up, you pour mana into this, you sweep the board. Because it's an Omen, it gets shuffled back into the library for use later, and you draw a card from your beans. Very nice, as long as you're paying 3 or more into the X. It also is a 4/4 flying warded discard a card creature, which is also good. And like I said, eventually we'll bring out those Busto limited card dragon stats and beat the opponent to death with 3/4s, 3/3s, and 4/4s. And it's brutal. Trust me, it's a very brutal deck. Let's look at our other Omen dragons. Bloomvine Regent is a ramp spell that goes and gets us Forest, then shuffles back in to come out later as a 4/5 that gains life when it enters. And Sagu Wildling is the reason we can get away with 22 lands in the deck, because it has a Lay of the Land type Omen, Roost Seek, that goes and gets a basic land. So we hit our land drops, and when we play it later, we gain life and beat them to death with a 3/3. Disrupting Stormbrew, just a little uncommon. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. So for just 2 mana, it has a removal spell, a smother for you old school players attached to it. And it is a 3/3 flyer that enters and destroys artifacts or enchantments. Covers a lot of different permanent types. Disruptive Stormbrew, we love that. So that is how we keep interacting with the opponent with a deck full of dragons, only to later play some lower statted dragons to finish the job. We have 4 Maelstroms of the Spirit Dragon, and what I love about this is when we ramp out a bunch of lands, we can sacrifice these to go get Scavenger Regent or another dragon if we want one, but usually Scavenger Regent again and again for seemingly endless board wipes. Aggro decks love that. Because we have a critical mass of dragons, we can actually go check here, 15 dragons. We can run Caustic Exhale. I really think 8 or 9 is a good number to run this card if you're thinking about running it in standard. But with 15 dragons, it's a no-brainer. And this gives target creature -3/3 until end of turn for only 1 black mana if you behold a dragon. That's how we keep the opponent's things dead in the early game. Then I've got a couple other Dragonstorms. We have so many dragons we eventually end up casting that Corroding Dragonstorm with its Surveil 2, opponent loses 2, you gain 2, is a really good repeatable play, and so is Encroaching Dragonstorm to just go get more and more lands out of the deck. With Encroaching Dragonstorm, we can often pull all the lands out of the deck, and then with big mana, we can do just about anything we want, like outrageously rob their entire library. Smash! I always punch the mirror on the way out after an outrageous robbery. It makes sense. There's a bunch of other little toolboxy cards like Haywire Might, Cease and Desist, Shieldred, because when it enters, it can kill a Planeswalker, keep Planeswalkers dead. And you want them in creature form like Haywire Might, Shieldred, because you can keep getting them back with the Overlord of the Balemark. But when it came to Cease and Desist, I wanted something instant speed that interacted with the graveyard to throw off the Omniscience deck. And I wanted the Desist side because you draw a card from beans before you blow up your beans. and it took out all of those artifact and enchantment decks that are exploding all over the meta. They're always something that people are trying to make work, and there's a new card that acts like a collected company, sort of, for artifacts and enchantments, and Cease and Desist is really good against that deck. So those are some of my meta calls. Let's lay out like the real curve of the deck though, because I find that very interesting. The Regent is a later play. A 3-mana play is usually this Overlord. This is always a 2-mana play, the Overlord of the Belmark. Here's your 4-mana plays. And then up in 5 we got here, but this is really a 2-mana play. This is more like a 1-mana play. This is more like a 3-mana play. There you go. Ta-da. And you know, Cease gets cast down here quite a bit when it's in your hand early. So now it looks like a much more reasonable curve. It was a good curve hiding in a bad curve. All right, are you ready to see just how nasty dragons can be? It's not just about being the biggest, baddest flyer in the sky. It's about having the most cards at the end of the day. At least that's the way I see it. Let's dive in. Let this nonsense begin. Oh, right. Beans Overlord. You love it when the new cards shine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's like these cards are so good. But they set up a better scavenger regent. And we have solutions to graveyards and enchantment decks. Let's keep it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's a red deck. They're coming fast and furious for me. Okay, beans it up. We drew another regent. It's gonna be fine if they don't get too big too fast. What are we gonna have? We're gonna have Overlord for 3. Oh no! Oh, if they play one more Hired Claw. No. Okay, it's a hero. It's a hero. Maybe we're not dead, but we're probably at like 8 life after next turn. Maybe 7. It's disgusting how this works. All right. We could do this for 1. We could do this for 1. And then maybe doing this the next turn for 2 kills everything. But I think, God, I hate it, but I think it has to be this. It has to be, right? I mean, it's the start. How do you not do the start when you have a chance to do the start? It's so good. Oh yeah, bring him out. What did I say? I said I'd be at 7 or 8? That was too optimistic. I'm a fool. You'd think I would know this format by now. All right, 3. Kill him. Ooh, that gains life? Gains life? Okay. Come on, hang in there. Hang in there, buddy. I got nothing. You've got nothing. Okay. No. Okay. Okay, 2. Land off the top. Corroding Dragonstorm. And then I think we just cast a Scavenger Regent and get it back to hand, right? So we're at 4. And we hope. And we pray. There's a Restless Cottage and another Regent. Are those good? I mean, more dragon seems good. If I get to next turn, may even be casting the Wildling. Uh-huh. Yeah, looking forward to your Monstrous Rage. It's gonna be great. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Have mercy. Have mercy on me. Don't do me like that. First, on the Regent, they have to discard a card. That's amazing for us. It's a nemesis. Okay, that's a trade. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're gonna be fine. Oh, somehow I don't think they knew that would happen. Yes, we defeated mono red. It only took like one of our best possible draws of turn 2 Beans into turn 3 Overlord, into turn 4 sweep the board, into turn 5 gain life, get ready to sweep the board again. On the play, I can keep it. On the play, I can get away with this. On the draw, you know what? I'd still keep it. I got the dragon that kills stuff, and they didn't play anything on turn 1. We're fine. This is fine. This is wonderful. Let's go beans. Okay. Back-to-back regents top decked. What's going on there? The bricks. Oh, this is going to be one of those decks where it's really nice to have cease and desist. Another beans. Let's try it. I mean, surely a land. That's not land. My beans! Oh, that's not good. Okay, there's the land right on time. Just like we drew it up. We go to everywhere. Dude, a snare on my overlord? Yeah, this is a cease and desist game for sure. All right, encroach. More basics, please. And I think you just get the swamps because we have dragons that fetch forests. More bricks. Well, they are good at planes. They have done planes well. Well, draw 2. What's this? Against all odds. Exile target artifact or creature, return it. Return. Okay. So they're using that to get a lot of value. I imagine they're going to make a lot of constructs. That's got to be the game plan here. Let's go like this. I'm going to get this snare, not the lockdown, because I want the land. I actually find that more valuable than beans at the moment. And it gives them a board to deal with. Sure, the beans might draw land, but they also might not. And we have encroaching DRAGONSTORM to keep ramping. It's looking good. Oh, one or both. Oh my. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's how that, okay. That's how that card works. Gross. They have Roiling DRAGONSTORM. What dragon do they run? Okay. Get a land drop for turn. Play another Stormbrood. Blow up Lockdown could give us cards, or I could blow up Snare and keep Overlording, but I have more of that anyway. I don't know, man. What are we doing here? I guess I'll beans it. We do need to find cease and desist, and I don't want to accidentally mill them because I don't have that many. So let's do beans, draw. Our opponent is going to master the basic planes. I do love that tech, though. I use that in some of the control lockdown decks I had against Pixie. All right, go big. Okay, wild. There's a cease and desist. We're going to need that. We have ramped up big. I will discard one Regent and one Wildling because we can get them back. Actually, do I need this anymore? It does go big. Yeah, we'll go big. Yeah, Overlord can just get one of these back if we really need it. And draw some cards in the process. Yep, bring them out. Let's start popping up. Let's do it. United Battlefront. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. They're gonna snare me? They sure are. What are they gonna snare, though? Stormbrood? Sure. They make an 8/8? Yep. So do we blow them up now? Is that too soon? They do have 7 cards in hand. And we have beans, right? But we're going to draw 2 cards when we cast this. Honestly, beans, there's a risk that we're going to overdo it in deck, right? So let's go right to work. Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, 3 mana open. I guess I just ramp some more. Okay, gotcha. They didn't like that. They do not tend to like it when you have a really good card against their strategy in your main deck, but I like it a lot. This hand, sure. Draw a green source and it is cooking. We have the exhale with the dragon to reduce it. And then on turn 2, we can kill another creature or we can overlord. And overlord in this deck doesn't necessarily get land, but it can get the wildling, which can fetch a land. I keep, you keep. You want to play? Oh, you did take a mulligan. And it's an aggressive deck. All right, let's see what they do. Does Monstrous Rage, actually Monstrous Rage beats Caustic Exhale. Gosh, that card is good. I'm gonna kill it now. That's how I feel about this situation. It often feels like a no-win scenario here. Yeah, okay, they foretold a trick shot. I guess I will beans and then die miserably. Slick shot, show off. God, this card. Oh, what a monster. So this new blue-red version of this deck kind of existed before, but now it has the equipment with Flurry, whose name I'm not 100% sure of. It's the equipment that makes more monks. It's great, and it's also very burny, so I am down to 9. Love that. At least we have something that kills it. But we can't cast Overlord off the Maelstrom. Okay, I would love to hold up the exhale. Can I do it? I could do this and try to hit land. The other thing I could do is Overlord. Overlord can hit the dragon that can hit a black source. Overlord also draws a card off beans. It's risky though. It doesn't hold up the exhale. Actually, do I have a dragon? I do not have a dragon. Okay, then I may as well do this. It's kind of weird to not have a dragon with all the dragons in this deck, but here we are. Oh no. Come on, wildling. Oh no. Okay, I'll get another Storm Brute, I guess, and get stuck on land. Oh my goodness. Not my game. But let's see if the opponent has what they need to finish the job. Oh, they're punching me with a Restless Spire. And Mockingbird on the Spire to ramp? A flying Mockingbird has been unlocked. Wow. So this works now because I have a dragon. So it's 1 black. So what else can I do with my darn mana that might not get me dead? Surely if I cast it this time we'll hit a land, right? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh man, the mana is brutal. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to hit a land this way. Target player, 2 life draw. A little life is really helpful. Okay, could be worse. Do I play this and let myself take some Spire hits? Yeah, I think we do. Try to get that green source to the top. Well, a little life gain goes a long way, it appears. We take those. Well, you can't use it on turn 1. But look at the beans into... It's on the... just draw a dragon. Just draw a dragon. We did not, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a target. At least not a Llanowar elf. Not a, like, must-kill turn 1 target. Never mind, there's an elf. Yep, gotta die now. Can't beans. Too slow. So up against elves, what on earth are we gonna do? Kill that as well. Oh, that's a good draw. Actually, it's tempting to use the exhale here because it's with just 1 mana, and then we can beans. Yeah, that's the play. Well, just like that, we drew removal spells in the Disruptive Stormbrood, and we are in this one. And they even know I have it. And they're going to play an elf right into it. And they get to draw. Kill him, kill him. I'm going to play the other beans here. Save this Disruptive Stormbrood for the next Lord. It kills most of the things in their deck, including Glissa. Okay. They just don't stop. Caustic Exhale. A 1 mana. I can take 4 here, right? Surely I can take 4 here. We might even draw another removal, Caustic Exhale. That would be amazing. We do not. But this is going well. We got pretty lucky they didn't have Llanowar Elves. Okay, they have another Lord. Wow. All right. All right. Sure. That has to go. I'll play Shelly. And now I have a 4/5 and you lose a creature. Did we stabilize? Feels like we stabilized. Elves go burr. That's it. They played them. Then they quit. Shut down by Shelly. Got some of the specialty pieces, and the dragons can hold it together. The Stormbrood and the Exhale. Nice to go first. Okay, skeletons. What are we doing? What are we doing? Do I need to remove this on turn 1? Probably need to remove something. I don't know if it has to be that. Let's hold. Wanted to return it from graveyard to battlefield, activate only if a non-skeleton died. I can cease and desist it. All right. Got anything else? Another one, sure. All right, this is a good opportunity then to do this. No damage because it is an Omen. And then next turn we can get them both out of the graveyard. Corpse of the Lost, I thought that might be in there. It's part of the skeleton deck for sure. We can get that with a Haywire Might. So do we try to take out corpses? Beginning of your end step, if you descended, pay 1 life. Yeah, I think that's what we do now. I can block, sack, exile, so gain life with this. Activate only if a non-skeleton died under your control. Good. Annoying card. Wonder how they feel about my cards. So gain 2, exile that. Make the block. They have white in their deck. Wonder why. And we can respond to the activation of the conscript, so we can hold up the cease and desist. But we might hit a sorcery speed spell. And honestly, those are very castable in my deck. We should probably leave up black, though, in case it's an overlord. There you go. And that's how we got a beans. On time. Just picking away at this deck. Taking away their resources. Uh-oh, that's a skeleton. Go down to 14. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's impend. We could cast it normal, but I think we just want to hit the exhale button here in a second. Let's see what land we get. Play this. Just going to do this now so they can't use it for mana. Pickpocket. Do we have permanence? Oh, we do now. There's a dragon. There's also a haywire mite. Scary. Very scary. Ooh, not what we're looking for. Hard mode. And they have something that's holding priority. Probably a go for the throat. It's gonna feel real bad when it's a go for the throat. Like, do we let them cast our dragon? I think I have to try. At least if they cast go for the throat, they can't cast a dragon. Okay, we don't give them the tiny bones value. Okay, again. Not only that, we know they don't have go for the throat. It might be cut down. What is their white card? I'm really not sure. Yep. Dragon. Dragon. Could have also got the Stormbrood, but that won't draw us a card here. So I'll just put a little extra on it to get a card draw. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Hey, look at that. We drew another Scavenger Regent for later. This is where the endless board wipe strategy becomes good. Not that we really need it when our opponent was struggling like this, but hey, let's see if they can handle an Overlord. Always impending. Always ready for the board wipes. Who knows? The white is probably for a Sunfall, right? Arena's a crazy place. You gotta be ready for nonsense at all times. Okay, I mean, I'll play that. Whew. Doing it. Going up those beans. Loving it. Fine, I'll cast a dragon as a dragon. Why not? They're here to show that they can win a game of Magic. Dragons over skeletons. A little help from overlords. All right, pulverize. Whew. And those board wipes unnecessary. Just had to clear up all the various pieces the skeleton deck had on the board. We can't cast the exhale on the draw. But we have Disruptive Stormbrood on 2. Oh, this is a dicey hand, but with the removal spells, I just have to hope that I draw the land I need. Okay, looks like we don't have to be in a rush. Our opponent's playing that deck. That might be a bad thing, though. Most of our removal spells aren't going to do a lot of good. The deck I commonly call Crabs, Phil's Graveyard. It's another This Town Ain't Big Enough deck. It's going to try to bounce things a lot, play at instant speed. That's really good against what we try to do. So this is going to be rough. It's going to be very rough, especially if I can't do land. I did land. I did it. There's a crab. Those crabs are coming. I don't have good answers. So what do they got? 5 cards in graveyard. It would be really nice to pull a way to deal with the graveyard. Let's ramp up. Just keep ramping. And then we have 2 mana open. I think that's an exhale on this otter. Could also just Stormbrood this thing now, but Stormbrood can kill the talent and give us a body. I think we're fighting the otter. Also, they're not doing much with their mana, which makes me think their hand is pretty awkward. Their hand is very awkward. I can't... What is going on? Was it like all crabs and serpents? Well, I mean, that wasn't the most explosive final game. That was pretty funny. I did get to diamond though, and the point was to show that we can get there. So, ta-da!